Hi, this is Beverley Lyons from the Daily Record here with Midge Ure at Retrovest. How are you doing, Midge?
I'm doing very well, thanks, Beverley.
You just come off stage fresh. You're looking very fresh. What's all that about?
I wasn't on that long, really. You know, a half an hour is fine. I can still catch my breath, so it was fine. But it was
work up a sweat, no?
It was a well packed in half an hour. Well, you do a bit, but when you're outside like that, you've got a bit of a breeze coming off the stage. So it's
the crowd were absolutely loving you. It was fantastic. For you, was it as good?
It was fantastic. There's something great about coming home. This is my old stomping ground, Lanarkshire. So it's nice to come home, and in moments like that, you can walk on and cough and sneeze, and they'd probably still clap anyway. But it was great to see the fantastic response. Fabulous.
Now, what is it about 80s performers that they don't dress up anymore as much as they used to? What's that all about? Because I made the effort.
You did, but you nicked all the makeup. That's why. Look.
That's what it is.
I don't know. I think it becomes less relevant. The music's still relevant, and that's always been the thing. The periphery, the clothes, the hair, all of that stuff. That's secondary. It's more important to get the music right.
What was your biggest fashion mistake then?
I probably had loads of them. The moustache wasn't particularly clever, the little pencil moustache. But everybody remembers the little pointy sideburns, the Star Trek-y sideburns. Fashion mistake, I don't know. I think the ponytail phase was particularly bad.
And did you keep the remnants of that, in a little box, a memory box? Do you have such a thing?
I do. I've still got. I've got the Burberry trench coat that I wore in the Vienna video, and I've got the coat that I wore at Live Aid. Because the kids, eventually, if they ever become interested in anything I ever do, will be interested in that stuff. So I've still got some bits of memorabilia.
Fantastic. It's not going to end up on eBay, I hope not.
I certainly hope not. I'd like to think the Hard Rock, if anywhere.
Yeah, definitely, of course. So what else are you up to just now then, Midge?
I've just spent a year living in Canada, which was a great adventure. It was fantastic. It was good fun. I'm in a very lucky position where a lot of people saying, well, wouldn't it be great to take the kids out of school and go and do experience something else? So we were lucky enough to be able to do that. But we just got back into the country last week. But while I was there, I made an album of my favourite songs. I've done these cover versions. It's a really difficult thing to do a cover version, put your stamp on it, your identity on it, but without ruining the original song. So I've done things like Alfie, the soundtrack from the movie, To Sir With Love, the soundtrack from the movie. So
Lulu won't be happy about that.
Lulu should be happy. Another Glaswegian's taking it on. It's fun. It was a real interesting thing to do. Different kind of pressure, because I didn't want to spoil the songs.
No, absolutely not. So how does it feel to be catching up with all these people just now? Are there any particular favourites who you've managed to grab some time with?
Well, I think Paul and Howard are the two, because I think both. You got three guys there.
Paul on right now.
It's Paul in the background. You're Paul Young for the uninitiated, yes. We all did Live Aid. We all. I don't think Howard was in the Band Aid record, but Paul opened up the Band Aid record. That's bits of little nuggets of history that will never disappear, never go away. And I just think it's great that those guys are still out there doing it live.
So what's happening with that? Will there be another Live Aid in some sort of form?
The whole Live 8 was never really planned. It was never on the cards. When we did Live Aid, that was it. It was meant to be a one-off, never to be repeated. And necessity dictated that we had to go back and do something else, more political this time. So there's nothing on the cards. The whole nature of what Band Aid was it's a record. It gets played at every Christmas. Every time that record gets put on a best of Christmas songs ever, the money goes to Africa. Every time it's played on the radio, it goes to Africa. So it keeps going the same direction. So that's the ongoing kind of one of the many ongoing legacies that are there. I think the other great one is that if you ask kids now, what's that song all about, they will probably be able to tell you, because their teachers were kids when that came out, and they're passing the message down. So the legacy is that there's kids informed today who weren't informed maybe 20 years ago.
When was the last time you caught up with Sir Bob?
We text each other more often than see each other. Bob's really fast at this youth text. This thing is just like abbreviations, and it takes him about 10 seconds to make a text, and it takes me an hour to read it, to decipher what he's written. So we text. I get these odd texts saying I'm in the middle of Africa and I'm looking at the stars and I'm doing this, or I'm on top of a mountain trying to ski. It's horrible, So that's it.
I'm in the supermarket trying to decide what to have for dinner.
That's usually I'm texting back. Yeah, I'm in the supermarket, and where's the frozen food?
And obviously, Bob's daughters have pursued the kind of celebrity path a bit. What about your own family? Are they doing lots of different things?
I think yeah, well they are. My eldest Molly, she was in a band, and she's just had a track on Katie Melly.
That's right, I remember.
And stuff. So she's done all that. She's writing. She was down at the weekend, and she'd gone off to America to go and work with Pink's producer. So she's doing her thing, and there's no point me saying anything good, bad, or indifferent. No point me trying to impart some of my, wealth of knowledge, because a 21-year-old doesn't listen to you, and why should you? So she's gone off doing her thing. The others, I don't know. They're still too young to get embroiled in any, any outrage. I just hope they're level-headed enough to, keep on the right side of the track.
You wouldn't talk them out of it?
I wouldn't if they show the same kind of spark and drive and enthusiasm for whatever they choose to do, albeit music or acting or being a lawyer. I will help them all the way. I will be behind them all the way. But if they're doing it half-heartedly, there's absolutely no point.
Brilliant. Now, to go back then, what was the wildest, craziest thing that you ever saw, or give us a bit of gossip? But anybody hit on you in the 80s that you can now expose?
Gossip now?
Yeah, a bit of juice.
I didn't even put this stuff in my book. No.
That's the thing, I know, the books.
No, see, if I come out with stuff now, my wife will kill me. No, gossip, no. I've seen outrage. I've seen loads of excess. We were once in the south of France. We were in Cannes doing a big music business thing with Ultravox, and Duran were there, kind of at the top of the tree, and our record company had a little press conference for us about a new album and things. And as we were doing the press conference, this huge yacht sailed into harbour with Duran on it doing their press conference. So we're in a cafe, they're in a huge big beast thing. Excess. It doesn't exist anymore.
They always did yachts though, Duran, didn't they?
Yeah, they sunk more often than not though, didn't they?